Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching this from. This is my Adrian Curiel versus Sivenathi Nontshinga rematch preview. Also, we'll be previewing the co-feature of Melissa Lara, who returns to action over against Daniel Udo, which is where we're going to start off with Melissa Lara versus Daniel Udo, which will be in a super featherweight class this time, 10-round contest. Obviously, Melissa Lara's first fight at super featherweight after moving up to super featherweight after we all know the Donons with obviously the rematch since he took piercing, he did miss the weight at featherweight. And obviously he put in a bit of a stint away, didn't he, Lara, in that second fight against Eward, which Eward won comfortably. He's up against a failed Mexican in Daniel Udo, who does love to exchange. But if he loves to exchange, he doesn't think that suits Lara for me. This is different to Eward. Lara loves to exchange and loves to be on front foot. Well, obviously in the Eward fight, Eward is more of a bottom move fighter. Unless he gets that chance to knock out someone, he will do it. And Daniel Udo hasn't faced anyone like Melissa Lara for me. It'll be interesting what state of mind Melissa Lara will be in after that he put in that stinter against Eward, to be fair. So it will be hard to figure out what state of mind Lara will be in. But I do think Melissa Lara will get the win on this one. 10-round contest. It won't be easy for Lara because fellow Mexicans tough to beat and tough to beat as well, no matter if they're recognised or not recognised. You can't underestimate Udo. So I am on door for an 8th round stoppage win for Melissa Lara. I do think he stops Udo, yeah. He could stop him early. You just never know. But I think Lara is just recently coming back off that stint of a performance against Eward, to be fair. So we don't know if it's still in that confident state. For me, so I'm off an 8th round stoppage win from Melissa Lara to that stoppage against Udo. Now, coming on to the main event, Adrian Curiel versus Sivenathi Nontshinga for the IBF World Flyweight title. It's the rematch, of course. The first fight taking place, I'm pretty sure, on George Cordina versus Edward Vasquez card in Monaco, where Curiel, which was a shock to a lot of people, Curiel getting a 2nd round stoppage win over Nontshinga, a 2nd round knockout win over Nontshinga. Nontshinga was the defending champion, of course, so the game plan's going to be very interesting for Nontshinga. First fight was an absolute barnstormer. Will it be the barnstormer in the rematch? I think Nontshinga is going to be very cautious for me. He's going to be very cautious in this fight. Curiel, Mexican, a full Mexican, of course, as well. So we got 3 Mexicans on the card, in this preview. So will Nontshinga get his revenge for me? He needs the right game plan for me, Nontshinga, because he can't go into the rematch like he did in the first fight for me, because it will be the same result. It'll be the same result for me. And I don't think this time will be that early for me. I think it's going to be more. We will see more rounds in this fight in the rematch, because I do expect Nontshinga to be better. Because he was way off it in the first fight, and Curiel obviously pounced on it with the 2nd round stoppage win, with the 2nd round knockout win, of course. And it's a tough one to call, right? It's a tough one to call. It is a 50-50 because Nontshinga doesn't have that rematch plan in his mind. And Curiel, from what we saw of the first fight, you got to think Curiel's going to be the more dangerous in the fight for me. And Nontshinga may need a different game plan. He may need that bottom move plan. He needs to try and outbot the Mexican of Curiel. I would say so, in my opinion, because if it's the same game plan in the first fight, I don't think it would be at the first fight where he would get knocked out in the second round, but I can still see Nontshinga getting knocked out if it's the same game plan again, because it would just be the same outcome, in my opinion. But as I keep saying, these Mexicans are tough to beat. I'd love to see Nontshinga's game plan to try and outbox Curiel, which is what he needs to do for me. Because if he fights fire with fire, Curiel then will get the win for me. Will get the win. And I think Nontshinga's best chance is to try and outbox Curiel to a points win, in my opinion. But you got to think Curiel. I mean, Nontshinga's best chance is a points win, but again, Mexicans are hard to beat, even on points as well. Even on points for me, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be. I think it's going to be a very intriguing rematch. I really do. Very intriguing rematch. And Nontshinga, for me, his best chance is a points win for me. I can't see him stopping Curiel. He's capable of stopping Curiel, and we were all love to see it, and an absolute revenge plan from Nontshinga. But if Nontshinga does for the knockout, then it's just going to be the same result, people, of Curiel, because he has that counter on Nontshinga. But I think, again, it is going to be a joyful. It's obviously in Mexico, and I do think Mexico are going to have a joyful night. I really do. I don't see the revenge here, unfortunately, from Nontshinga. I do think Curiel gets the win, but this time I just think it will be different. It will be different because what I expect is what my prediction is. I predict Nontshinga will be more cautious. Will try and outbox Curiel. Will try his best to outbox Curiel. But I think Curiel will still get the win on points for me. Will be a closer fight than the first fight, especially if that's the game plan. But I think Curiel will retain the title, in my opinion, against Nontshinga. And I just think Curiel has Nontshinga's number, in my opinion. And I think Curiel, for me, will be thinking, it's impossible for me to use Nontshinga now. I've got his number. Because if Nontshinga comes at me for the knockout, try and get the knockout, try and get an ambitious revenge plan, Curiel knows he has that counter, and that will knock out Nontshinga, and it'll be the same result again. So I'm going to go for Curiel, but this time on points, to retain his title and to make it 2-0 against Nontshinga. It's going to be a very intriguing main event. I'm glad we're seeing the rematch because there'll be a lot of questions thrown into the main event. So feel free to leave your thoughts down below for the Nara versus Udo fight and for the Curiel versus Nontshinga rematch. Who have you got in the rematch? Will Nontshinga get the perfect revenge plan, or will Curiel retain his IBF World Light Flyweight title? Feel free to leave your thoughts down below, and I'll see you all in the next preview, which will be the big one, the undisputed full card preview between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. It's going to be a massive one. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. Take care and